The NASCAR Xfinity Series race was one that didn't disappoint. There were constant side-by-side battles for the lead, and 4 drivers were duking it out for $100,000 in 2017's first Dash for Cash race. In the end, it was number 7, Justin Allgaier, scoring the victory. Here's what he had to say after the race. Justin Allgaier had to hold them all off, but at the end, he is standing here in victory lane. That's got to feel good, right?
It feels great, you know, to be able to come here to Phoenix, a racetrack that I love, you know, to be able to have the car that we had all day. Our brand Professional Agriculture Chevy was spectacular. You know, we knew we had a short run car. That was probably the only disappointing part of today's race, especially early on. But to be able to rebound from that and to have those short runs at the end just made the day worth it. And then to be able to come to victory lane and celebrate not only a race win, which was huge, and an automatic playoff berth, but on the flip side of that, to be able to win the Xfinity Series Dash for Cash, that's just incredible. You know, what Xfinity does for our series and for our sport is really cool. And all of these guys that were on this team, they were on the team last year. They worked their tails off, and we didn't get them in victory lane last year, and they deserved it. And so to be able to finally pull that off is really, really special to me.
You battled with Eric Jones and a bunch of other drivers for about 40 laps or so. How stressful was it battling with them? There were cautions, red flags, you know, dealing with all that?
Well, on one hand, we knew we had a short run car, so I wasn't disappointed at the caution flags, that, you know, the closer that it got to the end. But on the flip side of that, I knew that those guys were going to be tough. And you know, when it comes down to the end of the race like that, and you're pushing as hard as you can push, you know, mistakes happen. And I just wanted to make sure that we put ourselves far enough ahead that the mistakes couldn't happen. And you know, the red flag was probably the hardest part, because then you think about everything. You know, you're sitting there and you're going, what ifs, what could happen, coulda, woulda, shouldas. You know, it's one of those moments that's really interesting. So really proud of these guys, and so proud to get to victory lane today.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You are in victory lane here for the Xfinity Series. We are here with Dale Earnhardt Jr. following the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Junior Motorsports car in victory lane. Talk about the race today.
Well, you know, our cars qualified really good, and they were able to show that speed throughout the race, stayed up front. Justin had a really, really fast car on the short run. I think they've actually made some good adjustments throughout the race to help him maintain that kind of speed a little further into the run. He didn't have the best car at the end of the runs, but certainly they improved the car throughout the day. So he did a great job on his restarts late in the race. He's a go-getter, real charger, and took a car that I think was capable of running top 3, got a win with it.
I noticed during the hat dance celebration, I saw you really getting into it. How come the rest of the team doesn't celebrate like you?
I think that the older you get, the more you realize how few and far between those moments will be. When you come into the sport and you're young, not that all those guys are really that young, but you just assume this is going to last forever, and it's not. And so I really just like having a lot of fun, being kind of goofy. But winning races is hard to do in this business at any level. And so, you know, we certainly try to enjoy ourselves when we're in victory lane.
Now let's shift over to the Cup side of things. Racing at Phoenix never disappoints, and this time around was no exception. Let's check out all the action from the Camping World 500. Camping World 500 and green flag in the air. Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney lead the field to turn number 1 for the first time, and we are off to the races at Phoenix. Lap number 192, Matt Kenseth takes a very hard hit coming out of turn number 4. Kenseth would walk out okay, but his car would be demolished. 6 to go, big news, Joey Logano racing into turn number 1 has a tire going down, and he is into the outside wall. That's going to cause a caution. That means overtime. Kyle Busch pits, which means Ryan Newman on no tires stays out, and he leads the field with under 2 to go. Larson tries to get there, but Newman continues to pull away. Checkered flag, Ryan Newman scores the win at Phoenix. Here's what Luke Lambert had to say after the race. We're here with Luke Lambert in victory lane. My goodness, what a finish. Whose call was it to stay out?
Well, I guess, you know, it was my call, myself and the team. We decided that it was the right decision for us. You know, we had a really good Granger Chevrolet all day. We didn't have the short run speed that we needed to maintain our track position early in the run. We'd lose a couple spots, but then we'd take 3 or 4 of them later in the run. So I didn't really want the caution to come out, but when it came out, I was like, you know, we gotta play to our strengths, and our strengths was being good on old tires. So we tried to take the track position and see what happened.
A blessing in disguise. A caution leads to Newman staying out and them winning the race here at Phoenix. There you have it, folks. That was all the action that went down this weekend at Phoenix International Raceway. From high atop Rattlesnake Hill, I'm Andrew Kurland, and you're watching NASCAR Acceleration Nation.